Yo, what's going on, Duster? Hope you're doing well. Totally gonna steal this guy's treasures. But at least I was honest about it. Well, now I can choose to be honest or not. Sorry, I got carried away. Left, left, straight, right. Yeah, I forget what it is if you go left, left, straight, right. I don't know if it's anything that important. Whoops. Yo, what's going on, Daniel? Let me fix that real quick. Part 2. There we go. That should change over, I think. Cool, cool. See if I need more items. Get some more honey syrups. They're always good to have. Alright, cool. Now I guess we go into the forest maze. What's that? Okay. Goes in the storage box. I know you can get an extra hit in on the Thunderbolt if you time it right, but usually I can't time it right. Yeah, it was not good. Oh, that wasn't good either. That's really not good. Oh, I might have to attack him with a special attack, maybe. Super jump. Okay, so the fireball is good. This Wiggler's tougher than I thought he was going to be. Either that or I can't kill him. Oh, okay, now it says it's almost down. Yeah, it's one of the newer things they added that I don't, shit, I didn't even do that. One of the newer things that I don't mind is when they tell you that an enemy's almost down. I kind of like that, actually. Cool. Yeah, and some of these mushrooms, they trick you. I think I have the thing on one of them so that they don't turn into mushrooms. Yeah, I have it on Mario. I feel like I'm worse with the timing on this than I am on the original game. Yeah, I already uploaded part 1 to YouTube. I actually uploaded on one of my new channels, but I wasn't sure if I should try to split things up. Like it says on Twitch, you can split things up into like 15-minute segments. But I just went ahead and uploaded the whole video, so I figured, what the hell. I mean, if they're long videos, then they'll just be long videos. Yo, what's going on, Arma? Hope you're doing well. Yep. We are doing Mario RPG on the Switch. I'm going to try and play through the whole game over time and beat it. Sounds good. But yeah, this is gonna be fun, I think. I've already beaten this game once, but I never beat it on stream, so I thought that'd be fun to do. I did message Coach because he wanted me to message him if I went live again, so wait a minute, I think I went back. Yo, there he is. What's going on, Coach? Hope you're doing well. Well, now we got the, what's it called? Gorilla. Yeah, I like the little nod they do with that character to Donkey Kong, like towards the end of the game. But yeah, I said this yesterday, but when I used to rent this as a kid for Super Nintendo, I didn't understand the concept of grinding, so I would just play through the game and not fight a lot of the enemies, just try to get through it as fast as I could. And usually I would game over because, you know, my characters wouldn't be leveled up. So, you know, it was like pretty bad. Then I finally like realized, like, no, you actually have to take the time, like, to level up the characters. Hello to Jackie. I hope she's doing well. But you know, I was kind of a dopey kid that didn't know any better. A lot of times I'd rent this game and there would be somebody else's, you know, save file still on there. And I remember I rented it one time and the guy had made it all the way up to, or whoever played it, they'd made it all the way up to Bowser's Keep, where you have all the doors and you have to pick like which one you want to go in. And I had never seen that because I never made it that far, so I was like, oh, that's cool, I get to play. I assumed it was towards the end of the game, because I figured I'd probably never make it there on my own, but when I used to rent games, a lot of times, you know, if they had the instruction manual, they'd, if it was a game that had passwords, a lot of times people would just write the passwords down in the instruction manual, even though they weren't supposed to do that because it wasn't their game, it was the store's game, but they do that anyway. So a lot of times I'd rent something, I'd be like, oh, here's all the passwords. So I remember one game in particular, Buster's Hidden Treasure, the Tiny Toons game for Genesis. Somebody wrote all the passwords down. I was like, cool, I get to go right to the last stage. see. Characters here. Okay, so he's got next level's 48, next level's 57. Okay. I know there's a couple of guys on YouTube that do wrestling, like they talk about wrestling and stuff. I'm not subscribed to any of them, but they pop up sometimes on my feed. I think one of them's like Wrestling with Regret, and I forget what the other one is. And I know there's one that Coach has mentioned, which I think I've probably looked at before. But I have a cousin who's like super huge into wrestling. There was a book actually that I was going to read called Nitro about the WCW era. But every time that I tried to buy it, it was like really expensive, I guess because it's out of print or something. Every time I tried to buy it, one copy was like 50 or 60 bucks. And I didn't want to spend that much on one book. Yeah, Wrestling Bios. I think that's the one I looked at. I think I heard somebody say though that the Nitro book, it's more about the behind the scenes stuff than like the actual like wrestlers that were a part of it. I actually don't have a Kindle. I used to. That was a long time ago, like when they first came out. But I did read a good book on wrestling. This was a couple years back, and I've mentioned it. I think it's called The Six Pack, and the guy basically he interviewed like 6 different like famous wrestlers that were of course retired, and he tried to find out about like what they were doing in the present time. Some of them like had retired completely. Some of them were still like coaching and training like younger wrestlers. The only one that he didn't interview was Hulk Hogan, and that was because this was after like all the stuff came out about Hulk Hogan. Although he did say he went to Hulk Hogan's karaoke bar and Hulk was actually there. He was on stage performing, but he didn't actually like talk to him. But it was a pretty good book because I learned a lot about wrestlers that I didn't know. Like Tony Atlas was one of the guys that he got to talk to, and Sergeant Slaughter. They talked a lot about him. Because it started out as he was going to write the official like biography of the Iron Sheik, and he had met with the Iron Sheik, and they were all like set to do it, and then evidently he said or did something that got the Iron Sheik upset, and then that whole deal sort of fell through. So then he kind of just went in a different direction with his book. Yeah, Stephen King was my dad's favorite author. He read just about every Stephen King book that he could get his hands on. The Gunslinger. That sounds interesting. Yeah, I'm currently reading Barbara Streisand's book. And I'm not really like a huge Barbara Streisand fan, but I just thought it would be kind of interesting. Probably stuff about like Hollywood and music, and actually so far it's been a pretty interesting book. But I've got like a huge backlog of books that, you know, once I finish her book, I'll have to start reading some of the other ones. I got a book on Paul McCartney and Wings last year for Christmas. I have a lot of biographies. I have Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I have Sly Stone from Sly and the Family Stone. I have a book on how the movie The Godfather was made. I want to read that at some point. So I'm always like trying to find something to read. Right, yeah, we've talked about those mystery books. I like some mystery books. Oh, wait a minute, I think I'm going the wrong way. I know I had a bunch of the Hardy Boys books when I was a kid. I guess somebody got them for me. So I'm pretty sure I read some of those. Yeah, I like, well, the Agatha Christie, like, movie adaptations they've done in some of the TV shows. I like watching those. Oh, Bruce Campbell. Yeah, my dad read that book. He said it was really good. I never got to read it, but I remember him telling me it was a really funny book. Okay, well, I think I completely got lost. Yeah, I like Bruce Campbell. He came to a con in Louisville, and my dad and I were going to go see him, but it just didn't end up happening. This was years ago. I don't know if any of you have ever seen the movie My Name is Bruce, but that's a really funny movie where he basically plays himself, but he's like this washed up actor, and you know, it's really funny. I love that movie. It was on streaming. I don't know if it still is, but I think my dad had the DVD of it. We used to watch it. But it's funny because he like references like the Evil Dead movies, and he goes to like this small town that's like out in the sticks somewhere, and he tells this woman, he's like, Hey, maybe if you play your cards right later, you can play with my boomstick. Yeah, that's one of my it was one of my dad's favorite lines from Army of Darkness when it's like, "This is my boomstick. Shop smart, shop S smart. You got that?" And they're all like, "Yeah, yeah." Oh, they took out the Bruce Lee. He says, like, "Who do you think you are, Bruce Lee?" But they took that out. It's funny. That's the first thing I've noticed. Like, the first line of dialogue I've noticed that they took out. Speaks like Yoda. A lesson I will teach you. And then he totally just abandons Mallow. It's like, Mario, like, what the hell? You slept me back there. That fruit in the trees kind of reminds me of Wumpa fruit from Crash Bandicoot. Wow, that was very good. Oh yeah, he locks one of the controls. That was always the annoying thing. But yeah, they did a really great job on this remake. I really enjoyed what they did with it. thing I have some pick-me-ups. Also, good thing I have some honey syrups too. I always like when you get, oh shoot, I screwed that up. I always like whenever you get like a free honey syrup after you use one. Oh damn, I'm out of flower points and he blocked the items. Yeah, the freebies are always good. Pick me up on Gino there. Yeah, so this is the new thing they added, which is the triple move, which I hardly ever used when I first played this. I think I used it like once or twice, and that was it. There used to be a guy I watched on YouTube, and he was trying to play through all of Super Mario RPG, but do it like as the Family Guy characters. So like Mario was Peter Griffin, and Mallow was Chris, and Gino was Brian, and stuff like that. It was pretty funny, but this was in the earlier days of YouTube when a lot of people were getting like copyright strikes constantly. And I think it was Fox themselves that like copyright struck a bunch of his videos because they were like, you know, well, I don't know if you could argue it fell like under parody or something, but evidently they didn't see it that way. And then I think he just got so fed up with trying to fight the copyright strikes that he kind of gave up on doing the rest of it. Yeah, I think they're still on YouTube, some of them. Why? Is there something wrong with my mic? Oh, let's see what we can do about that. Let's see. Look on OBS and see. Hold on a second. Let me. Try to see if I can turn some things down a little bit. Maybe that'll help. I do have noise suppression on my OBS, so it's possible that maybe that's making it sound weird as well. But I did that to try to block out a lot of the background noise. Play around with my mic settings a little bit, see if that sounds any better. I've had this mic a long time. I've been contemplating getting one like Danny and Coach have like a clip-on mic, but I just, I just haven't actually really looked into it. But it might be my fan or something. It's possible because I do have a fan going in here. Ah, damn. Yeah, I might do some looking into this off screen, see if there's anything I can do to kind of, if it is background noise, see if I can cut down on the background noise. Maybe there's like something I can install, like a plug-in or something that'll cut down on that. Actually, let me see if I can do this. I don't know if this will be any better or not, but I have a pop filter that I haven't been using. So I'll put my pop filter on and see if that helps. I do have my mic on one of those adjustable stands, so that helps out a lot whenever I use it. always wondered what a lot of these enemies looked like. Because on the Super Nintendo, it's hard to tell sometimes. So it's interesting to see a lot of them in HD now. I always really liked the Forest Maze music. And now we go to Moleville. I like Moleville. I like Moleville because of the minecart game. But I'll go back to Rosetown and just see if I need any items. And I like all the redone music. I wish that they would have put out like a vinyl release of all the new arrangements of the songs. And also just to show it off real quick, you can switch back to the classic music if you want to. Usually I just keep it on the new music, but at least you have the option if you want to. Alright, so on to Moleville, I guess. Gino, well, actually, yeah, I'll just stay at the inn and get everybody's health back up. And I'll save it. Alright, cool. A bunch of mid mushrooms and maple syrups. Oh, yeah, I want to get the upgraded weapons. I'll just sell that so that I can get the punch glove and the thimbles and the finger shot. Also get all the upgraded armor for everybody. I think I can probably sell all the old stuff. Cool. Yeah, I can't wait till I get to Booster's Tower again, because that's like my favorite music in the game. I don't know why, but it's always been my favorite. Yeah, when I first played through this, I was looking forward to hearing that music, and they did a great job with the arrangement of that. I don't know about best theme in the game, but it's up there for me though. Gee, if only Mario were here. If only somebody that could jump really high was here, then just want to see. Okay, 103. Okay, well, Gino's about to level up, so should try to get his level up. I think some of my favorite Mario soundtracks are probably this game, and I always really liked Mario 3 a lot. Another game I wouldn't mind playing through on stream is Yoshi's Story, because I used to have that one as a kid. I really liked that one a lot. Yoshi's Story or Yoshi's Island. I was going to play through. I think I did try to play through Yoshi's Island once when I first started streaming, but I never ended up finishing it. Because I have like a bad habit of like starting things and not finishing them. Let's see, Gino just leveled up. Okay. Now they're gonna steal all my shit. It's got a bomb. Forget if it's good to use regular attacks or special attacks on him. So I kind of just do both. Usually as soon as I get Peach, that's when I switch Mallow out, because I've always felt Mallow to be the weakest party member. The only thing with Mallow is that, at least for like the early game, he has a Thunderbolt where you can attack multiple enemies. But other than that, I've always felt he's pretty weak. Usually I beat the game with Mario, Peach, Geno is usually my party. Sometimes I've used Bowser instead of Geno, but usually I keep Geno in there and Peach. Yeah. For me, it's just the best way for me to get to the end. Yeah, I can't wait to get to the mine cart part, because that's always fun. Get a level up there, which would have been nice. They kind of, well, they sort of took out the run, I guess, although I guess he runs fairly fast on his own. You can hold the button to slow him down. But yeah, on the Super Nintendo, I felt like the run was a lot quicker. But, you know, that's just minor stuff. Instead of a hold down button to run, they have a hold down button to slow down. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to have tap Mallow in your party if you're going to beat the game. Actually, when I played it as a kid, I didn't know that you could talk to Frog Fuchsius and get the Froggy Stick for Mallow, so I never ended up getting it. I just like bypassed that weapon completely. Because I think like you talk to him and he tells you what you're supposed to do next, but they don't tell you that if you talk to him a second time after that, he gives you the Froggy Stick. So I didn't know I was supposed to. So I just you know, whatever Mallow had was what he had. I never upgraded. Like this guy. Punchinello. Yeah, I remember like on Super Nintendo, I was kind of confused by his design. I didn't know. I assumed he was supposed to kind of look like a bomb because he had like the fuse on top, but I didn't really know exactly what he was supposed to be. And even now in HD, I still kind of don't know. He's like got a fuse on top, but he's got like spikes for hands, so I don't know. Just supposed to be a weird character, I guess. He's got the almost the Sonic shoes on with the red. Oh, that didn't work. The only thing is his shoes don't have like the little white stripes on them. Looks like it's probably better to just use regular attacks on him. Bring out the big guns now. Biggest bomb I've ever seen, at least in this game. Everything blows up, but they're okay. Already got 3. We just need 4 more. Oh, it's time for the mine cart. Slow down to make the turns, which I'd always screw up as a kid. I don't think I ever got a good time on this, even in the Super Nintendo one. It's like you almost have to slow down to make the turns way ahead of time. I'm probably going to have a pretty bad time on this, but not matters much. Come crashing through the roof of the house. Oh yeah, they're going to be dropping in on you in a minute now for sure. I always wondered what that thing was she was holding as a kid, because on Super Nintendo you can never really tell. On Super Nintendo I thought it was ice cream, but I think it's just supposed to be a toy or something. I thought it was like strawberry ice cream or something. Hello again, Quack Attack Gaming. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. I think we're good on. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I'm ready to get to Booster's Tower. Go through Booster Pass first, though. Yeah, I was just saying earlier how I like a lot of the music. Couple of them about to level up. I think the new Mario Tennis came out for Switch 2. I haven't bought it yet. I don't know if I'll buy it or not. I do have Mario Golf Super Rush, which I like, but I think I saw somebody on Twitch was playing the new Mario Tennis. I actually haven't seen any gameplay of it yet. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, here we go. I always like this part. Hey, how have you been? No, not like that, dummy. Wrong tone. What are you doing here? Makes me think of I know we talk about Aqua Teen a lot, but it makes me think of Aqua Teen, that episode with the spider or whatever, and he goes, "What are you doing here? What do you mean what am I doing here? I live here." Oh, well, did you get any mail from me, Willie Nelson? You know, not that Willie Nelson. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I sent you a message on Twitch about that. That was really cool. I like that. I appreciate you doing that. I sent a message. I don't know if it went through or not, because sometimes Twitch is weird about that stuff, but yeah, I usually keep Mallow in, I think, until I get Peach, if I remember correctly. Well, the first fan art, I guess, yeah, that wasn't like commissioned or anything. Because I commissioned Danny to do some things like emotes and stuff, and then he was nice to make my layout. Yeah, did you get that thing I sent you? Yeah, this music's great. I used to watch Harvey Birdman all the time. It was on Adult Swim. And I played the game, which is basically like their version of a Phoenix Wright game. Yeah, I remember that. I really don't have like a great talent for drawing, but you know, I try. I do the best I can. Can't do that until later. I think as a kid, I didn't even fight a lot of these guys because I didn't know that you could talk to them. So I just skipped past them when I was a kid. I always had to write down the order of the boosters because I could never remember. Oh yeah, this is good music. Geno boost now, that's good. Got like one shot at this, then I have to go all the way back up, so hopefully I'll do it right. Nope. Land in the middle. I have to go all the way back up and do it again. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even know there was a chest there. I totally forgot about that. No, I never did get the casino. Ah, I was trying to move a little over to the left so that I'd hit it. It's always annoying when you miss, then you have to go all the way back up again. But it's worth getting, so you want to try to get it if you can get it. No, I've beaten it before, but it's the first time I played it on stream. There we go. No, I usually don't go for the super bosses. I mean, I usually don't go for the super bosses because they're pretty hard. And I'm probably not going to do it for this particular playthrough because it's not going to be 100% playthrough. I like that they kept this little Easter egg in here. I usually don't try to double my points because I'm usually pretty good at that. Save point. Righty. Alright, let's see. I did look this up, so cheating a little bit here. Because I don't want to have to go through all of it again. But that's the only time I will cheat. Trying to remember if I keep Mallow until I get Peach. Can't remember. I think I switch out for Bowser when I get the chain jump. I think. So yeah, I could probably do that, I guess. Oh yeah. I've never actually. I mean, on the Super Nintendo, I did try to beat Culex, I think, once, but he's really tough, so I just never tried on here because I figured it'd be too hard. Oh, I didn't equip the chomp. I forgot to do that. Well, I'll do it after this battle. Oh, yeah. I imagine it probably looks pretty cool in 3D, but I'm sure it's tough. Something on that platform, but oh, damn it. Guess there was. Yeah, I actually never got very far in this as a kid. It wasn't until I got older that I actually played through it and beat it. At least like the original version. I will try to get all the frog coins at least. This part. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think when I tried on Super Nintendo, I was never leveled up enough to really be good at it. But if you're not even going to get anything like good out of it, it's probably not worth it to try. Yeah, I don't really have a problem with it. I think it's alright. on pretty good pace here to get a lot done for part 2. Yeah, this part I always had trouble with as a kid when you have to hide behind the curtains. I always had trouble with this, and then when you get to the wedding and you play the game where you have to collect all the items really quickly and give them back. I could never get the peach kiss in that part because I was always too slow. Oh yeah, there's a Samus in there. I'm gonna try not to screw this up this time. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's cool how they put in all these little references to other games. I've never played it, but I've heard of it. Yeah, it'd be funny if you could go over there and like it would say something. And I gotta fight these guys. Oh yeah. can't remember if these guys, if it's easier to do, better to do special attacks or regular attacks. Oh, yeah. Yeah, what was that? What was that called again? Cooties, I think. That was pretty funny. Yeah, there was a guy on Twitch earlier. I think it was before I went live, and he was doing something with. He was showing off like really bad, like VHS covers, like the artwork on the covers. I guess he was just. I don't know if it was like ones that he owned or if it was just ones he found online, but it was like on the front page on Twitch. I don't know if I'd say. Well, yeah, there are some things that make this version easier. Like sometimes when you fight multiple enemies, if you do a regular attack, it also like does damage to the other enemies. So stuff like that, yeah, I guess makes it a little easier. Yeah, this is another part I always sucked at, is the going up the hill. Here's a question. Um, do you think that it would have been cool if the new version of this game was like entirely like voiced, like they could still have like the text boxes, but all the characters, like, you know, they had like voice actors and they did like all the characters, you know. I think like that could have been an interesting like idea, but I kind of like, you know, for the most part, that they just kind of kept it the way it was. Sorry, I'm trying real hard to focus on this part. Right. Yeah, I think if they did that, but they gave you the option to turn it off, you know, then that would be cool. Right. No, I bought the Womp Glove for him, and I'm not even using Mallow. I don't even know what the Nurture Ring does, but I'll... Actually, that's pretty good. I should, yeah, give him that. Alright. Actually, I should save it too, before I forget. No, I don't think I've done that. I like jumping on top of the cake and they get all mad. What are you doing? You just stepped on the... You fools! Okay. Why is this not... There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this part I was never very good at, but we'll see. Ah, cool. Yeah, I'll probably get past... Well, I'll try to get past this boss, and then after that, I'm probably going to be done. Since the next boss will be the cake. Because I think that'll be a good cutting off point for part 2. Alright, let's see if I can do this. I don't know if that was fast enough or not. Ah, I didn't do it fast enough. I got the Bowser kiss. Yep, here we go. Tonight, you. Hey, what do you think he means, tonight, me? Alright, Quack Attack. Well, thanks for stopping in, man. Oh yeah, this has been good. We've gotten a lot done. Probably be done with this game in no time. Cool. All right. So all I need to do is save it now. It's one other thing I have to do because I always do this on the Super Nintendo version. Have to jump on top of the organ. I also like how he officiates the wedding. Alright, so let me just get out of here. And we have to go back to Mushroom Kingdom, so I'll go back to Mushroom Kingdom and save. And then we will be good. We will be done for the night. I guess I can't get the game from this guy. Oh wait, yes I can. I don't know if I have enough coins though. No, I have 29. Yeah, I definitely don't have enough coins. Well, alright. Made some good progress there. So thanks everybody for watching. Danny, Duster, Arma, Quack Attack, Coach. And that's going to do it for me. The next time I'll be streaming will be on Tuesday for Turntable Tuesday. So thanks everybody for hanging out. And I will catch some of you all in Danny's stream when he starts up in a little bit. So have a good night, everybody.